So this is by far the most important supplement you can take as a hybrid athlete. I get asked quite frequently on my opinion on supplements and which ones I actually think are worth taking. If I had to choose one supplement, what would that be? And this is by far the supplement that I always recommend. This is the one that's going to give you the best bang for your buck, especially if you're a hybrid athlete, whether you're trying to build muscle in the gym or whether you're trying to increase performance on the road with running. This is a supplement that I would recommend. This is one that back in the day I didn't utilize at all. This is not the supplement I would have given as my favorite supplement a few years ago. But since utilizing this supplement, I've seen my performance across the board, whether that be on the bodybuilding side or on the in the endurance side. I've seen it improve so much since I've started utilizing this. So I'm going to talk to you all about what this supplement is, how I utilize it. But back in the day when I was getting started with bodybuilding, with fitness, with endurance, one of the main resources I had available was bodybuilding.com. Back when I was in college, that was kind of the main one everyone was using. And of course on there, they talked all the time about, the supplements you had to take. If you're trying to build muscle, you're trying to improve performance, strength, whatever it is, these are the supplements you had to take. And back then, there was BCAAs that eventually turned into EAAs. Then it was, things like creatine and pre-workout. You had all the protein powders. Back in the day, it was popular to take casein protein before bed because it's slow digesting. But back in the day, this supplement wasn't talked about very often at all. So back in the bodybuilding.com days, a few people were talking about Carbolin, but very, very few people. And I've talked a lot about the importance of peri-workout nutrition, and specifically peri-workout carbs. So putting your carbs around training. So the supplement we're going to talk about today, and the one that I think is the most important for hybrid athletes, is basically a training carb. So whether that's a carb powder like a cluster dextrin powder like this, or whether that's a goo like you're going to use on a run. A lot of people are already utilizing this, but not utilizing it enough. So your peri-workout carbs are going to be the most important for your training. So this is obviously assuming you're getting enough protein throughout the entire day. So you're getting the macronutrient of protein, because a lot of hybrid athletes and a lot of endurance runners just frankly don't get enough protein. But assuming you are getting enough protein, having a carb supplement or getting enough carbs around your training is definitely going to give you the best bang for your buck as far as improving performance. Back in the day, I would have said that creatine is actually my most valuable supplement, and it's still incredibly valuable. But even with creatine in place, even with EAAs in place, the best pre-workout, all of that, the thing that's going to give you the best bang for your buck, assuming you don't already have enough on board, is adding to your peri-workout carbs. So that's your pre-workout carbs, your intra-workout carbs, and your post-workout carbs. So even if you are dieting down, you're trying to cut right now and you're pulling back on food all the way, I would recommend pulling carbs from all of your meals outside of that pre, intra, and post-workout time frame. This even goes with if you're doing 2 days. So if you're a hybrid athlete, doing runs in the morning, lifts in the evening, I would still be prioritizing putting those carbs around both of those training sessions. So no matter what training session you have, I would recommend, one, utilizing either a carb supplement, or two, doing it from real food. And so with this, this is not just a point on carb supplements. This is really the whole point, is to make sure to utilize enough carbs around your training. You don't technically have to use a carb powder, even goos. There's people that go on runs with hash browns or waffles, and then while you're lifting, you could frankly, there's people that even eat candy and stuff like that. I don't recommend that, but the point is that for most of you out there, you're going to get better bang for your buck, and you're going to get more performance increasing the carbs around your training, whether that be pre-workout, during the workout, or post-training. Like I said, you can have the creatine in place and all of that, but if you don't have enough carbs in place, you're not going to see the performance benefits, whether that's more speed and endurance on your runs, or whether that's more strength in your workouts. Just going ahead and adding a carb powder to my workouts. My last off season, when I was still competing in bodybuilding, I heavily utilized a carb powder with my pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout. And because of that, I saw massive strength increases, which translated over to muscle increases as well. And you got to keep in mind, too, this is also helping quite a bit with performance. So that's where this supplement across the board is going to be best bang for your buck as a hybrid athlete. So how I go about doing this is, before the run. Every morning before the run, I'll get up and I'll have some of the carb powder with a little bit of protein powder. During the run, I typically will have a GU or another type of quick carb. And then post-run, I'll go ahead and have a really, really carb-heavy, hearty whole meal. So I've talked about this in my other full days of eating videos on what I like to eat there, but it's a really, really heavy, carb-heavy meal. And then before my training session later in the day with weights, I'll have a really, really carb-heavy pre-workout meal. During training, I'll go ahead and do EAAs with the carb powder. And then post-training, as I'm walking out of the gym, I'll have another scoop of the protein powder, another scoop of the carb powder with protein powder. So I'm utilizing carb powders and these quick carb supplements quite frequently throughout the day or throughout training. But the point is just be getting these quick carbs that you can utilize to really, really increase your performance, both with your runs and with the lifting session. But whether you're trying to build muscle, you're trying to increase your performance on the run, my recommendation would be utilizing a carb powder or a quick carb product, or just boosting up your peri-workout carbs, rather than focusing on trying to add huge supplement stack. Yes, there's other supplements that are going to be beneficial to you, but this is going to be the one. If you're not already utilizing a carb product, this is going to be the one that's going to give you best bang for your buck. So this is just answering a quick question on what I think to be the most important supplement for hybrid athletes, and a carb powder, and specifically just having a lot of carbs around your workout is going to be best bang for your buck for performance across the board. But I hope you guys like this. Just answering a quick question today. If you did, please go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Be happy, be positive, be powerful, and have a great rest of your day.